MCC 19 saw a clashing of 3 titans.
Yeah.
Plus Cerulean.
I got it.
And no game better displayed that rivalry than our beloved BattleBox. Being the top performing teams of the game, we'll be taking a deep dive into the Red Reindeer, the Emerald Elves, the Teal Turkeys, and Cerulean Candy Canes, and how their strategies matched up against each other. The Teal Turkeys of MCC 13 had a near perfect run in BattleBox, and it's only fitting that the Red Reindeer here would be no different, having prior experience on this unique BattleBox map. Separated by 2 stories, the first floor houses the wool, elevated several blocks so that there are limited ways of accessing the wool. At its sides, a small bridge that requires some parkour, and on the top level lies another bridge to the wool, requiring stairs to reach on the right side, or water elevator to the left. Also worth mentioning, this map has unique diagonal symmetry to it. In addition to the stair and water elevator, the left side holds a splash potion of harming, meaning attackers on the opposing right side will be at a disadvantage. Given that, Red sends Punz alone to the left, George and Krinios to the right, and Eret to stay back and bow. Due to the nature of the map, many teams send out the teammate with jump boost to mid to put easy pressure on the opposing team, but George and Krinios did a great job of gas bossing, gate lighting, and girl keeping anyone and everyone from the wool. Without needing to worry about the objective, Punz unleashed for 17 kills. The right side boys didn't do too bad for themselves either, combining for 12 kills between them. Despite their good tactics and PvP prowess, their item usage was where they blundered. Punz was always good with his crossbow and the use of the damage potions, and George used his knockback axe pretty well a few times. But with Eret staying back to bow and Krinios contesting the wool, you'd think the choice would be clear, but that wasn't the case. Neither of them used their kits very well, and as you'll see later on, potentially cost them some games. But regardless, they ended with a 7 out of 9 record, good for 2nd overall, and landed Punz in 2nd place individual.
Let's go.
On Cerulean, Fruitberries is up to his wool shenanigans again. Ryguy, Gumi, and Sam will all push left, while Fruit uses the jump boost potion to put pressure on the wool. I do want to point out the differences between a wool rush and a wool contest. Sending someone middle means a single person is filling in the wool, to either pressure the opposing team, or win the objective if given the opportunity. A wool rush is a blitz in, wool in offhand, no holds barred, everyone for themselves, mad dash to the middle, 0 kills, we take these! Strategy. In this scenario, Fruit is contesting the wool where the team is very okay with filling in the wool given the quickest opportunity, and was the reason they were able to beat various better PvP teams. With Ryguy, Gumi, and Sam all pushing the left, they acted as the main center of attention, so Fruit could easily sneak in the wool before they knew what hit them. Like most other wool-based strategies, kit items do not have a major impact on most of the outcomes, besides Fruit having used the jump boost potion well to get to mid. The element of surprise is the biggest asset for wool strategy, so those who are catching on to Fruit's antics were able to stop them before it was too late. Despite coming in predicted as a bottom scoring team, they finished with 6 out of 9 round wins and 4th placed in the game.
We're in a solid 4th there.
I killed CPK!
On the Emerald Elves, teamwork really makes dream work. Slimeskull supports the left side with Dream, who uses the high ground to rain potions and arrows on the enemy teams. Rambo had the responsibility of stopping any wool rush attempts, and Tubbo was in a flex position, either supporting Rambo in the middle or pushing to the right. After MCC All-Stars, Dream must have gotten sick of getting rushed, so he dedicated half their team to purely stopping wool rush. This often put him at a disadvantage, but Dream being Dream welcomed the challenge. Even so, it was a true collective effort for this team, Rambo, Tubbo, and Slime all getting at least 5 kills, with Dream leading the way with 12 kills of his own. Their kit utilization was also on point, Dream and Rambo using their items very effectively throughout the game. Slime did well with his plentiful supply of arrows, and Jump Boost was great for helping Rambo in the middle and causing general havoc. What this team slacked in, however, was their efficiency. Rambo and Tubbo would often have to stymie a wool attempt, which often meant they weren't doing too much damage. Dream would often finish the opposing team off, but if he was picked off early, they almost never stood a chance. This still led them to win 6 out of 9 rounds, a 3rd place finish, Dream even cracking the top 5.
Nice job. Tubbo, what's it like down there, bro?
If any of you still had any doubts about how busted the Teal Turkeys were, BattleBox unequivocally proved that they were deserving of all of the hype. They had a very similar strategy to Emerald, Philza to cover middle, with Tommy pushing left, but available to support him. Sneak hung back to support anyone who was in trouble, and Sapnap to finish what was left of the opposition. What differentiates the two teams was that Teal was insanely efficient. Tommy and Phil tallied up 11 kills between them, all the while locking down the wool. Sapnap may have led the team and the event with a staggering 18 kills, but Sneak was the standout for me, managing to rack up 9 kills almost entirely with a bow. Another Another aspect that sets the two apart is that Sapnap has an old trick from the last time he played this map in MCC 13. He initially pushes right, but instead of going up the stairs, he pushes straight to the opposing spawn and catches an enemy off guard, almost guaranteeing a free kill. If that wasn't enough, Sapnap was great with his crossbow, along with Tommy and Phil utilizing their items to great effect when stopping wool attempts. Sneeg also really got his money's worth, nearly using up all 18 arrows in some rounds. All this culminated in a perfect 9-for-9 game of BattleBox, the second ever to do so in a canon event.
Golden, 9-for-9, baby. Let's fucking get it.
If you'd like to see more strategy videos like this, be sure to tell us in the comments and recommend rounds of previous MCCs for us to cover. Now that we've gone over all the strategies, any ideas on how they match up against each other? Let's find out right now. This seems to start out as a mirror match, but Dream is snuck up on and hit with the Sapnap special, immediately dying. Rainbow and Tubbo put up a decent fight, but being 4-on-3, Teal systematically 2v1s the rest of the Emerald Elves in a dominating first match victory.
Good job. That's a big one.
Nice.
While on his way to flank the Candy Canes, Sapnap notices Fruit's wool attempt and takes it into his own hands to not let history repeat itself. All the while, Sneeg pelts the enemy team with arrows, and despite Tommy's trolling, is almost able to ace the entire Cerulean team with his precise shots.
Got her.
I'm down.
A simple miscommunication can be the deciding factor when matching up against a wool-based team. Despite Krinios and George's great track record of stopping wool attempts, Eric didn't let them know in time and ended the match before it had a chance to get started.
Oh no!
The Reindeer get off to a blazing start this round, with Punz taking out an exposed Slimecicle, and while Dream is busy dealing with George, Rambo and Tubbo are taken out on the floor. Now a 3v1 situation for Dream, he gets an impressive snipe on Krinios and gets the jump on Eric while filling in the wool, but Punz is able to halt Dream's rampage with a well-aimed potion and a clutch combo.
Yes! Yes!
Fruit goes into the middle as usual, but Rambo and Tubbo are able to catch him before he can complete it. Tubbo barely loses a fight with Fruit, and seeing Fruit rush wool, Dream must have had traumatic flashbacks since he gets obliterated in a fight against Ryguy Rocky. Down 2-4, Rambo does some quick thinking and attempts to complete the wool himself to salvage the win. He's nearly stopped in the process, but Slimecicle hits 2 clutch arrows to keep him alive long enough to finish the wool.
Okay, nice job. That was good filling it in. That was good filling it in.
A very fitting final round of BattleBox, and Teal wastes no time, Sapnap sneaking behind to kill Era and Tommy, getting a clean potion kill on George. Punz is able to finish off Sapnap on the top floor, while Krinios makes an attempt on the wool to put on some pressure, but gets knocked off by Philza. If he had a jump boost potion, he may have stood a chance, but is left helpless on the floor. Punz makes a final attempt and gets a kill on Phil, but is sniped by Sneeg not long after, leaving no question that the Teal Turkeys were the best BattleBox team of MCC 19.
Well played, well played.